Hi, thanks for joining me today. I have a ton of cutting up to do and preparing for Thanksgiving, so I thought, why not do live? I've never done it before, so today's my first time, and I thought I have all of my prep for all my veggies that I need for my whole Thanksgiving dinner sitting here waiting for me, and I thought, what else could I do? You know, I'm a mom. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving for Michigan or for United States people, so here we go. I'm drinking coffee. You guys are seeing me at my like rare raw stage. This is like my morning ponytail. I've been up for, I don't know, I made coffee for my husband. He went to work. And I am I have carrots, celery, onions. I use the carrots and celery for my dressing. I always, even if I use like a generic, like a boxed or packaged dressing, I always use real vegetables, even if they have them dehydrated inside. I always hype it up. So I have that. I have mushrooms for making the cream of mushroom soup for my things, and I also have extra mushrooms because my daughter uses them for all of her ramens. Cucumbers for my veggie platter. The carrots and celery are going to be for that too. I have green onions. I'm going to just prep them. My daughter uses green onions for her ramen stuff too, and I need them for my cheese ball. So I hope you guys have fun. I don't think anyone's going to join me because no one's ever joined me and I've never done a live, so nobody would know. So we're going to start, maybe I should start with stuff that's not so complicated. I'm going to use a couple of napkins to wipe mushrooms because these aren't fun. So my questions are going to be, when I do have people, are going to be more like, what kind of things do you think that people would like to? I'm just reading. And then there's I've never been in here before, so I am going to look at, I'm sure, I don't even know, like, if comments just show up. I've never done a live. This is my first time, so thank you for the first person to ever join my live, ever. I'm prepping my Thanksgiving dinner the day before, so I'm cutting vegetables. So not very exciting, but I appreciate everyone who wants to come along. Oh, my puppy is barking at me. Come on, you two. Come on, Zelda. Thank you. Okay, no, are you gonna help me? Are you gonna help me? Here, say puppy. Come on. Oh. This is Luna. You say hello? Hello. Oh, I know, we're best friends. This is my bestie. Yes, you gotta stay down though while I'm cooking. You gonna go outside? You gonna lay right here? Can't bark at me. I gotta prep my stuff. It'll take me all day if I just sit and cuddle you. And there's no food for you right here, right now. Thanks for anyone that's watching. I have my glasses on or off, so I can't read anything. I might have to be an old lady and leave my glasses on so that I can read anything from afar. I can see far. I could see that there were like 5 people here. Thanks everyone who's joining me. This is my first live I've ever done, so kind of embarrassing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never even, this is the first time I've even pushed that live button, so I'm curious about it. And I thought, it can't hurt. I've been trying to slowly increase the amount of people that view me so that I can stay home and just do life. And so I thought, it's not very super exciting stuff, but I have to do all of my vegetable prep for tomorrow. So, like I said, I have carrots, celery, onions. I have some cucumbers and green onions. And these mushrooms, I'm cleaning for my daughter to have ramen and for my cream of mushroom soup for my green bean casserole, because I do like a half scratch meal. So what I do is, hi, how are you? Thank you. Thank you for joining me. This is my very first live, so I'm a little embarrassed. But thank you so much for coming. I didn't even know names or words would show up. So I'm so glad you came. Today I'm prepping my food for Thanksgiving, since tomorrow is our Thanksgiving here in the United States. And I like to hype up normal food. So I'm going to be doing normal dressing like the stovetop, but I like to put all my own vegetables, and then I like to do sausage. And since my dog's going to run around behind me and make a lot of noise, so hopefully everyone is okay with that. Since I'm quite the chatty Cathy, and I find myself when I do a normal vlog video, I talk for hours and hours, and I get embarrassed because it takes me too long to edit. Then I thought, like, why not try this live thing? Because maybe I'm embarrassing anyway, so it doesn't matter if I'm talking to myself here and having some friends join me. It's better doing that than talking to a camera, because there's actual people here. Hi, how are you? Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. I appreciate anyone coming. I'm going to repeat this a few times. My first live ever. So I appreciate anyone that's coming and watching. Oh, I know. Luna, you want outside? You can't take that outside. You can't take that outside. Oh, I know. Oh, what do you think? Can I take the plastic out of it? There, you can have the bucket, I guess. All right, yeah, go outside with the bucket. You gotta go outside. There we go. I had to put the puppy out. I have a Bernedoodle. She is 2 years old. So though I call her a puppy, she's just the baby of the family. So, how is everybody? Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Nice to see you. And thanks to anyone that subscribes. I'm trying to get to my 1,000. I'm 800 and something. And I figure once I get to my 1,000, I'm going to start posting videos really often. I've just been trying to bump myself up. No reason to make really long and spend hours and hours and hours making videos when you don't have anyone watching them anyways. So I've been slowly trying to build up viewers just so that we're about to be buying property and we're going to start a small homestead, my husband and I, and we have 3 teens in the house, and I also have 2 adult children. So I am the mother of 5. So yeah, I am actually a mom. And my channel's called Mom and The Maverick because my husband is a fiercely independent man. I am the first person, and I mean, he's dated and stuff, but he does not like to be tied down by any person. He doesn't like anyone telling him what to do. And his mother and him had a relationship, so he moved out of his home extremely young, and so we kind of have always considered him a maverick, which is usually a parentless rebel. So, and that fits my husband almost to a T. The only parent he has in his house is sadly me. Oh, that's so sad. All right, well, I am doing a terrible job. I'm cleaning these mushrooms. Sorry, I didn't think about that. Maybe I should prep the cleaning of a few of my vegetables before I started. Because I was thinking I was just going to chop. I got everything all set up for chopping. And then I realized that probably I should clean the things too. I'm like, oh no. All right. Mushrooms are the worst. So I'm glad that was the last mushroom to clean off. I gotta rinse my hands because I got mushroom goop. Not goop. I don't know how to describe. I make up my own words, my own descriptions. That little black stuff that shows up. Alright, I got a container for mushrooms. I find that portobellos have a hard stem. So I'm gonna pop off a majority of their stems now. Thanks for coming. Hi, how are you? This isn't extremely exciting, but like, hey, I'm here. These guys are like super great. I bought the little ones, the little tiny mushrooms. I know it probably makes for more work in cooking or for cutting up, but my daughter does a lot of her very own ramen bowls, and she likes to, I taught her to hype up things, so she might buy a box of, we might have like plain ramens. Sometimes she doesn't use that, sometimes she just uses the ramen noodles, and she likes to add all of her veggies. She was just giving me crap because we love like a radish kimchi. So I need to go to the international market, but it's like right before Thanksgiving, and I just don't have the time in my life to go there, so I'm just not. Have you ever popped a mushroom, Cap? It is very interesting. No one's even in here, but when you pop it up, it's like, boop, it pops right out. It's super fun. Sorry. Yeah, that's fun. How are you? Thanks for coming on my first ever live chat. And I thought, hey, why not? Why not do a live video? I'm prepping Thanksgiving dinner. I wonder if I could have written that in it, like a description. Thanks for coming in. I like mushrooms too. My daughter uses them almost every day. I'm making my cream of mushroom soup for my own green bean casserole. So I like to hype up and make, everybody does the basic stuff. Whoops. But I like to just make it seems like you tried harder by just adding a few fresh vegetables to something that's already been at work. So I'm not using cream of mushroom soup. I'm going to make my own cream of mushroom soup mix. It's not really cream of mushroom soup. It's really cream of mushroom sauce. And then for the green bean casserole that I'm going to do later on tonight before I go to bed, because my prep today is veggie cutting. I have to bake a cheesecake because not only is it Thanksgiving tomorrow, my fourth child is going to be 15 tomorrow. So she has to share Thanksgiving or her birthday with Thanksgiving this year. So I'm going to doing all my vegetable prep for Thanksgiving. I don't know who's here and how many people are here. Nobody. Good. I just like to make sure that anyone that does stop in knows we're chopping vegetables today. Thanks for stopping in. I'm prepping for Thanksgiving. Thanks for coming along. It's like sitting in my kitchen having me talk your ear off because that's what I'm good at. How are you? Thanks for coming if anyone's here. Woo. So, I might start prepping some of my side stuff too. Like, I guess I could do all my cutting and then we could move on to the next step because I will probably saute mushroom and onions. I cheated, which you're going to be like, what? I cheated and I bought already fried onions, but I have many of times fried my own onions to put on top of the casserole. But I need to saute my mushrooms and some onions for my sauce. And I don't always have to make the sauce, the cream of mushroom sauce right now for my cream of mushroom soup, or for my green bean casserole for Thanksgiving tomorrow. I appreciate anyone that's here. Hi! You're the only one. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping. I'm doing veggie prep for Thanksgiving, since Thanksgiving's tomorrow, and I am also prepping my other vegetables just to put in the fridge for my daughter for her ramen bowls and stuff like that. I know she likes to chop up her own vegetables. It gives her a sense of being an adult somewhere in the world. She's 16. I just turned 16, and then my other daughter will be 15 tomorrow, which kind of makes for a little chaos. I have 2 November birthdays with my girls, so it's negative for Christmas and birthday shopping, but it is positive when I was the year they were born because I got to take maternity leave off starting right before Thanksgiving, and I didn't have to go back to work until after January, usually about the 9th of January, and the irony is my birthday is the 7th, so the 2 years that I was pregnant in the winter, the girls were both born in November birthdays, they pretty much, I didn't have to take any maternity leave or any requests off for holidays. I got to take off Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and my birthday, and I didn't have to request off time for any holiday parties or anything. So I know that having children in the winter is hard because it sucks to have to share the holiday with or your birthday with holidays. But having my girls born right before like the season. Oh, I hear you, Luna. My doggy's barking at me. If you pay attention to the background, this is the shelf my girls just bought. They're going to paint it to store stuffies and stuff on. And here's all my kitties. These are my kitties. Biggie is down here. We call her barbecue sauce. She is like a orange tabby or orange tiger cat, but has like black fluffy fur. And then a little tuxedo cat. This is Harper. She's got like this heart on her. I hear you. She's jealous. Luna's jealous. Luna's jelly. And then Harper's sibling is Frankie Blue Eyes. And Frankie Blue Eyes looks like a Siamese cat, and then that's what their mother also appears like, even though they are not Siamese. I had a tuxedo cat, so like a black and white cat, and the black and white cat she was a stray, and I friended her. She lived like under my parents' porch, and there was like 3 or 4 or 5 days in a row during the Arctic blast, like, I don't know, 7 years ago, and it was so cold. It was like negative 17 degrees, and there was this cute little fluffy black and white tuxedo cat outside, and didn't come near us or anything, but I would crack open my door and put food around and encourage this cute little kitty to be my friend. And finally, when she became my friend, I still never could pet her, and she's long gone by now, but I let her come into my house during that January because it was just freaking freezing. And then April 1st, I was grocery shopping or something. This is forever ago. I just remember the story because it lives permanently in my brain. This stray cat came in the house and gave birth to 4 kittens. And the 4 kittens we named... I didn't even know she was pregnant. She was a huge fluff ball, and I had no idea. And she was a stray, and I actually couldn't touch her. I couldn't pet her. I couldn't do any of these things. She just came in my house and sat in the corner and ate the food that I put out for her. And she was just not being friends, but I gave her a warm place because my heart just couldn't let some cat live in negative 17 degree weather. So anyways, my husband calls me while I'm grocery shopping and says, that buzz cat just had kittens. And I was like, no, she did not. She's just a kitten. Nope, she had kittens. So she had a black and white tuxedo cat that looked just like her. And then she had another one that had like a lot more black on his face, and it came down across his nose. And we called him Bat Cat. I wanted to make sure I was telling a good story to actual people. So because he looked like he was wearing Batman's mask. And we thought that that was funny, so we named him Bat Cat. And, oh, I hear you, Luna. Come here. Come here. Say hello. Don't have to be shy. Come on. Say hello. Hello. This is my Bernedoodle, Luna. And she's a silly goose. I gotta wash my hands now just because you came up and wanted snuggles. I'm cutting mushrooms. That's nothing fun. You want a treat? One for you. She's a big dog. I give her 2 treats. But she can only have one at a time. Because she'll drop little bits of it. And the cats will come up and she has to deal with that. What a good girl. There's another treat for my girl. Sit down. Sit. Anyways, so that stray cat had the boy cats we called Bat Cat, which I already said, and he looked like he was wearing like Batman's mask, like he was black all along the top, and then where his mouth and below his nose was white. So it was like he had a Batman's mask on. Where are my towels? Forgot they were in. Ignore that. I just pulled a full-size towel out. I was washing all my small towels. All right. We got fun. We got all of my mushrooms chopped. So I'm going to put all of them in the same container. Well, if I can get them all to fit. And then I'll use what I need, and then my daughter will use what I didn't use. And I do not have high-end, fancy little storage containers. So I have this handy-dandy one that came with turkey inside of it, and then I washed it and use it as a free storage container. Cheap life hacks. Hello, how are you? Thanks for coming. You're at work. Baba, hi. All right, I got my mushrooms all chopped. Yay, mushrooms are chopped. Beautiful. All ready for me making cream of mushrooms. Not soup, but my own version of my cream of mushroom sauce for green bean casserole. Let's see what we should do next. I think I'm going to do celery. So I'm going to do part of the celery chopped up, and then part of the celery into sticks so that I have both varieties. My sink isn't clean all the way, so I'm going to move some cups and stuff out of the way. All right, there we go. All right. Anyone else save these things? I don't. I just want to know if other people did. And I just have my actual container that held all my mushrooms sitting in my sink to put my garbage, my like food garbage. And it looked like my fridge is on the fritz. And it looks like where I shoved it in my fridge froze a few of these. So 100% those items are going to become sliced up for my dressing. And then I always use these like frilly fronds in the dressing too because they have great flavor. And then all of the other ones, normally I would do a lot more. I might still. They're not that bad. I'll show you. It has like, I don't know if you can even see it, but it has moisture where it kind of looks like it might have frozen. If you don't cook, you don't really know what I'm talking about or haven't really seen that. All right, so I'm going to use this huge container and I'm going to fill it with all the items for my dressing so that I only need one container and then the rest are going to go into plastic bags. So, all right. I'm going to start with all the fronds. Like I said, I like them in here. It's kind of like when you do like, I don't know, I think the lettuce or the leaves have so much flavor. So I hate when I buy the ones that are missing that center. Oh, you need to go outside again. My dog is very wishy-washy. Luna, you are so wishy-washy. She always wants, She needs to go in and out, in and out, in and out. And I could just have a flap door, but I have cats that I do not let out. Hi, Zelda. Can you go outside too? Come here. Are you going or what? I'm not going. I know, you want me to come along. Or you can't go because I see. I have 2 cats that go in and out. Anyways, my story's about my cats. So that stray cat, I have ADD, so I tell like 16 stories in one. Sorry. Anyways, that cat, so her first 2 cats, I told you there was that cat, and the other one looked just like her, except he had like this black mark on his chin, so we named him Goatee. And they were like staple outdoor cats. Even though she had them inside, I put them out once they were big enough. They sometimes came in and out of the house, but for the most part. And then the other 2 cats she had were, one's coming over to talk to me right now. And she's the only one I actually have still. Because it's as sad as it is, I live in a country area and big cats, or cats disappear easily in the country. So this mama cat, then she also had a cat that looks like the one that we have here that called Harper. And she is a mainly white cat with black spots. So we named that cat Meow, or Moo Cat. So that cat, Moo Cat. And then the mother is, or the one I still have, we call her Baka. And Baka is my daughter named. And I thought, oh my God, that's so cute. It means stupid in Japanese. So I didn't know that at the time, but my daughter thought she was really funny. But I already liked the name by then, so I just kind of kept it. And Baka, she is my actual pet cat. And her and I are really close. But she is the mother of all of the other cats in the house. So she doesn't have kittens a lot, and sadly, she doesn't usually have kittens. I never got her fixed because she doesn't have kittens usually survive, which is very sad. And she's extremely small, so I don't know what it is. But when she does, she usually has 2. So she doesn't have like a whole like. I had one of the that mama cat that is her mom. One time had 7. So Baka only has 2, and she never has more than that. And she's very finicky of a cat, so she stays inside most of the time, and I let her outside some because she wants to do her own thing. And then, so on occasion, I do have kittens, and it just happens that I have 4 kittens in the house right now. Frankie Blue Eyes and Harper aren't really that much kittens anymore, but I still call them kittens because they're the youngest. Well, they were the youngest until Biggie, be nice. I see you. And Biggie is my actual first cat that the kids had. Or Biggie, you do not bully kittens. Oh, I gotta wash my hands again. Biggie's huge, and he's a boy, so he likes to boss and control any of the little females or the little boys. He likes to be like, you will lay where I lay, and you will just sit here and take what I say. So I have to watch him. Thanks for coming. If anyone's here, I can't read. I'm blind. Hi, welcome. Might probably still Bubba. If not, then welcome who isn't Bubba. Oops, I just dropped celery on the ground. Snacks for animals. All right, we're here prepping for Thanksgiving. Anyone else love Thanksgiving? It's actually one of my favorite holidays. I like cooking a big meal. it makes me extremely happy. So it makes me very happy to also see my adult children. Hold on. Come on. Come on, parrot. I know I got floppy clothes on today. Come on. I have a friend. We didn't talk about him yet. This is Vlad. And we call him Vlad the Impaler. I've introduced him in a shorts before. He is my own personal parrot. And we named him Vlad because his mama brought in a mouse, like somebody didn't pay attention. And Mama Cat got into the house with a mouse. And he checked to see if I was cutting anything good. And when I wasn't, he was over me. So anyways, when she got a mouse in the house, and with the mouse in the house, sorry, I touched my hair. I'm a restaurant girl, so I worked restaurants always. So instantly my brain thinks like, oh my God, you touched your hair. And yeah, I don't look fantastic. I know other people probably dress up to do shorts or to make videos, but I literally rolled out of bed, made my husband coffee, took out the trash, and smoked pot. And then I proceeded to get myself prepped to cut up vegetables. I also fed any outdoor cats because, as you can tell, I am a cat hound. The thing is that with the cats is I just feel so bad every time I see a different stray, and it's not that there's like strays running amok all over the neighborhood. I don't live in a neighborhood. I live in the country. It is like a horse field to the side, hay field next to it to care for the cows and horses that live on the other side. And across the street's an old abandoned farm that doesn't even have any like pipes or anything because it's a centennial home, and so it can't be touched on the exterior, but the guy that owns its parents are the ones that owned it, and he just gutted the house to nothing. So the inside of the house, I guess, I haven't seen the inside of the house. I've heard stories that the guy that's parents owned it, who were very nice, their names were Beatty and Clarence, I think. And they were, I'm a country kid, so I grew up raising farm animals, and I had sheep and rabbits. I wouldn't raise rabbits again, but I would raise sheep. And anyways, the little lady lived across the street from us, and her and I were always friendly. So I had been to her house, and I would go sit over at her house, and she would like pick rocks up that bounced into the yard from the road because we lived on a dirt road at the time, and very cute. But she passed many, 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 many years ago. Like, I would say 20. She passed away. And her house across the street is still sitting exactly how it was left. The front porch steps have fallen off. I swear they took the centennial sign down, like the 100-year sign. That thing was on there since I moved to this house in 1987. That centennial sign had always been on the house. So that means the house is probably, I don't know, 200 years old. And the son of it doesn't live in the home. He just owns the property because it has like a pond out back and all these things. So he pretty much only hunts, and he rents out the farmland, I believe, to get because if you own land and you don't want to farm it yourself, you can a farmer can pay you for the use of your property. So a lot of farmers country areas actually get paid to have their farms like farmed, not really farmed, like just the land, not anything to do with their home or anything like that. So I just know this because my stepfather is a farmer, or was a farmer always, and he farmed so many little old ladies' fields because we had dairy cattle when I was growing up, and my stepfather's parents raised draft horses, and my grandfather traveled all over the Northwest, Midwest. How about that? Why did I say that? It's not even right. The mid Northeast, I guess, or the Northeast. I don't know. It's pretty much Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, probably Iowa, probably Wisconsin. I have no idea where else he went. But he pretty much traveled around. He trained draft horses for other people, and then he did shows where he pulled draft horses like the horses from, if you know Budweiser's draft horses, they use Clydesdales. My grandfather had Belgians. Equally as large, less as furry. Make up your mind. Oh, you got yourself all wound up? Are you going out, Noah? Thomas or Jack's right there. I have mucus from having acid reflux, so if I cough, I just build up a lot of mucus in my chest. All right. So, anyways, Luna, you just walked in. So her best friend. Oh, I didn't shut the door, and you were gonna go out without my permission. Oh, I heard you. Oh, I see. You gotta go out because the cats are gonna fight. Come on, get back inside. So, my cat Zelda that I let outside, also the child of Mama Cat, who is the tabby who had the kittens in my yard or in my house when she was a stray. The next kitten load she had, 2 years ago, before she disappeared. She had a litter that I got rid of almost all of them, but we have Zelda still in our possession. And Zelda is Max is my youngest son's cat. All right, so this bag is going to contain my cut vegetables for my veggie plate. There's only going to be 7 of us, so I don't need to have like hundreds of things or so much cut up. So, and I actually do have baby carrots, like easy peelable carrots or baby carrots in my fridge, but we're not going to use those. We'll use them. The kids eat them as snacks, so today I'm going to. I think that one of the kids smashed my peeler because it doesn't seem like it's catching like it used to. So my peeler is doing a really shoddy job, so I'm gonna rinse. I gotta mess with this for a hot second. I think the kids pushed it too hard. It's like so old, but I think that one of the kids pushed it really hard, and the blades are wonky, which sucks, which means I'm just going to need to buy a new one. I'm just going to need a new one. But today, I need to peel carrots. So we're just going to do it right here and then toss them. So if you don't have a peeler, carrots peel really easy with the edge of a spoon. I'm not going to do it. It kind of makes a little bit of a mess, but I find that it actually prevents you from having so much loss of your carrot, because honestly the carrot just needs like a little tiny layer removed. A nice clean. So the kids picked out, well, we decided to get really big carrots because with that one, inappropriate. And sometimes the kids just like to eat carrots whole. And so that's kind of, but I'm going to chop them up into carrot sticks along with my dice for my dressing. So, how are we today? Thanks for watching. I'm veggie prepping all of my stuff for Thanksgiving dinner. So, what's your guys' favorite Thanksgiving? Well, if Bubba's watching, he's at work, so he can't talk to me. I'm prepping Thanksgiving. That one was a bumpy one. All right. So I'm making, for Thanksgiving, I'm doing turkey, dressing, and that's what these carrots and stuff are for. I'm doing green bean casserole. So that's where my mushrooms are already chopped up to be the cream of mushroom soup, because I don't usually use the can of cream of mushroom soup because it's just as delicious to make your own, if not even twice as delicious. And then the carrots I'm going to use, and the celery that I don't do, and I also have cucumbers. Those are going to be used for a veggie platter. I did buy, I many times have made a veggie dip, but I bought one because I have to cut corners somewhere, and I would have had to buy sour cream, and I would have had to make sure I had all the seasonings and a couple of spices and stuff, and they were on sale for like $3, so I was just like, oh, it's almost the same price for the sour cream, and I don't have to flavor it at all. I just got like a creamy ranch dip or something like that. I'm prepping all of my veggies. Like, I'm just prepping the whole 3 pounds of carrots, because any vegetables I dice up, it's going in the one. Any I put into like tiny little carrot chunks or whatever. I have kids, so those are I'm gonna put out at my Thanksgiving meal for appetizers. I'm gonna do a veggie plate. Let's see. I always do, because it's my family tradition, is there's always a relish tray, except I hate green onions, so I never put, or green olives, so I never put green olives, but my family always has, like, my entire childhood, if you didn't have pickles and olives tray, it's not a holiday. So that is a family tradition of mine. Kind of silly, but true. So I have olives and pickles. My kids don't like sweet pickles. I would buy them before I had this little clan of kids, and maybe when I would have had my sister and my mom and everyone come. But we had moved 3.5 hours away, and getting together was much more complicated then. So I do live right next door to my mom now, but we don't usually get together for Thanksgiving. We usually just get together for Christmas. So we don't do Thanksgiving because, like I said, we used to live 3.5 hours away, and I just spent the time with my family, like my older sons, and my younger kids. So it's already a lot of people, because I'm a family of 7, and then my oldest son has a girl, so that adds another one. And then my second son has a girl too now, that before, his girlfriends might not have come to the holidays, or maybe they might have, but he lives in Florida, so it's too far away, so we're probably, unless he surprises me and shows up. But if him and Camilla were to drive or fly back to Michigan, I'm sure that they would fly up north because her family lives in Boynton City, which is where my sons graduated from high school. All right, I got all my carrots dealt with. Thanks for being here. I know, highlights of everyone's life, and I'm not playing fun games or doing anything like that. We're just cutting vegetables. Okay, I have responsibility today, or we could be like Rugrats. I have some responsibility today, and it includes mass cleaning, and I'm cutting vegetables right now in fierce procrastination for actually doing the real cleaning. I did my dishes yesterday, so there's just very few sitting over here. I probably have about 15 things, or maybe not even that, and some of them are like cups with lids and straws, so they pretty much, I have to mop, to clean the bathroom, I have to scrub the floors, and sweep, and we are moving, so I have shelves full of boxes in my kitchen, or in my dining room. Like, that's why that shelf is just sitting there right now, actually, because the girls' room is in disarray, and their room's a mess because they're teenagers, so their room isn't in complete disarray from packing. They do have boxes with stuff in them, but they also have piles of clothes just piled. So I am going to help them organize, half-ass organize, I guess is the better term, to make it easier for them to finish accomplishing what they need to accomplish. I'm not the kind of person that like thinks that my house has to be immaculate. For one, I'm only having my eldest son and his longtime girlfriend, and he expects the house to not be perfect, to be quite honest. I do not keep a perfect house. I'm cutting them into like equal size, bite size, or stick size pieces, even though I'm going to chop a bunch of them. Just makes me. So I am going to just do I'm still procrastinating it, don't get me wrong. Still procrastinating because I hate to clean. I'm the worst cleaner. I don't keep like a completely disastrous house. Like, my tub is clean, kind of clean, and my toilet is mostly clean. I mopped actually 2 days ago, but it doesn't mean my floor is clean, because I have cats in the house and they're goofy and I don't know, they make messes. They get into things. They fling cat litter around. All right, we're on to dice it now, finally. All right, thanks to anyone that's here. I'm prepping my Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm making Thanksgiving. I'm doing celery and carrots and onions currently. I'm dicing them up to be in my dressing. And I like to, even if I use a boxed item, I haven't always used a boxed one, but I am using a box today. I have been extreme enough where I have baked my bread and made my croutons, but I'm not doing that. I'm not going that extreme. I don't have that much time in my life. I am home more because Bobby isn't injured anymore. So he was off work since So the story of our moving is we were going to be moving in April. Our plan was we were going to head to Marquette. Bobby had gotten a different job, and we were shuffling ourselves to the freezing, frigid north, and we were going to, the kids and I were going to have a lot of fun, and Bobby was going to work. And what ended up happening is we hadn't found our place to stay at. We were going to camp until we found a rental because it's just very complicated to find a place to live super far from where you're at. So we wanted to see the property or the land, and we wanted to see things before we made any purchases, but weren't going to have time to go up there before we were leaving for his job. So our plan was to camp. I had a few campsites set up, and the kids and I were gonna have fun while Bobby was working and then we were gonna get an apartment or house or whatever. So anyways, April 27th, so I had already quit my job, cooking at the deli, and Bobby had already quit his job, and we were all packing and getting ourselves ready. Our house is only half packed now because we had to unpack some things because we've been here way long. But so what ended up happening is on April 27th, I shooed Bobby down the driveway because there was my stepfather had went around the yard the day before and cut a bunch of tree branches, and it blocked our driveway. I couldn't get out, and I had stuff I had to do that day, and so Bobby walked down the driveway with the garbage, went to move this tree that had down. It was only about I don't know, that big around. I don't know, it was pretty good size. Anyways, so he went down the driveway to put it in, and he came rushing back because he had ruptured his distal tendon. So pretty much it had the tendon that attaches right here to the bicep had broken, and his bicep was sitting up here in a tight little ball on his arm, and he did not have any bicep. Like, his bicep was no longer attached. He was like, something is seriously wrong. And so I took him to the emergency room the following day because he is a stubborn man. I already told you, he's a maverick, so he's a rebel. He's not going to just jump on running to a hospital. It took him 2 days when he broke his hand to go to the hospital. It took him rolling on the ground when he was having a kidney stone that was impassable. So it was just things like that. So he ended up finding out that he had ruptured his distal tendon and had to have emergency surgery. So he had his surgery the second week in May. We were already supposed to have moved. So he of course couldn't take the job, and we just didn't move. And my parents are selling their house, and we live on the second house on the property, so we need to be shuffling along. And instead, my dog wants in again. Make up your mind, puppy. Make up your mind. Go on. So we ended up, because I had quit my job, I know I could have just went and got my job back because they actually were like heartbroken that I had quit working there. I had tripled the revenue for that section of that business. So it had made a huge difference and impact in our tiny little community's grocery store. Anyways, so we weren't moving. Bobby had to have surgery. Once he had surgery, they were like, 3 months immobile. So he had to go 3 months without, he was supposed to use it very little. He had a cast on at the beginning. Oh, Luna, you just came in. He had a cast on for the beginning part. It was just one of those, like, like uh, support ones that's just a cast on the bottom portion. And that cast, come to find out, I don't know, he was unconscious because he was during surgery when they put this cast on, so he never like saw them put the cast on. But they had, in the surgery, they had to cut here to retrieve his bicep, connected the bicep to like fake filament stuff that they make. Luna, stop! That they make the fake tendon for, because the tendon was what had damaged, and they attach it to that. But because you can't reattach to a bone, it's just not something that humans have figured out how to do correctly. So they come up and they drill a hole through the area where it attaches, and they run, Luna, stop! They run a hole through, or that rope of the fake tendon through it, and can kind of torque it and try to get it to the same, tightness as the opposite arm. And then they put like a nut into that hole they drilled through, and they twist it in and torque that muscle to hold at the position that it is supposed to be in. And so 3 months later, well, so what ended up happening is he had that cast on, and his hand started to swell outside of the cast, like exceptionally, and turned bright purple. And he was like having like severe pain in his hand only. So he was like, something is seriously wrong. And he started to panic about it, because that's the kind of thing he does. And instead of calling his doctor, he cut the cast this direction, trying to keep it near his elbow, because he didn't want to accidentally bump his elbow. He had one of those like, oh no, he didn't get that for about 6 weeks. So for the 6 weeks, he was supposed to be wearing this like temporary splint style. That was what's called, splint cast. And he ended up cutting it off completely because his hand was just purple, and he was like purple. And he didn't know if it was like normal or not normal, but it was freaking him out and causing him severe pain. And his hand was having like throbbing sensations, which, if you know what like certain pains mean, and I have a lot of nerve pain and vein pain because I have vein problems and nerve problems. So I know what those feelings feel like, and he's complaining about them, and I feel like it's nerve. So he ends up cutting off his cast. There was where the cast was hard, there was a huge dent that was like pushing into this portion of his arm. And when it was pushing, it couldn't unpush. And until he cut it off, and it literally was like indented where that thing was. It was almost like while they were putting the wet portion of the cast on, they had accidentally hit the edge of the bed and caused it to dent in, but then continued to wrap the cast around with it pushing in like that. But then the pieces they put on at the end, like, you couldn't tell there was a lump. I don't know. So anyways, he chops it off. He has like the beginning stages of like compartmental syndrome, which compartmental syndrome is where your cast cuts the circulation off to your hand or to your the extremity, and causes nerve damage, and blood can blow blood vessels, explode blood vessels, which is why he had, stop it, a purple hand. Oh, Baka wants out, not even the cat. You don't even want out, huh? You just wanted to tell me Baka wanted out. So he had to deal with that, and it caused extra time in his healing process. And since he was going to be not working, we couldn't just be like spending money and not be making money. I hadn't been working since April, and I had been doing the garden, or I mean the working at the deli, but I had only been working there since the year before. And prior to that, I had mostly been just a stay-at-home mom. My mother owns used to have an actual like garden farm where she had plant flowers, and the year that her and I worked together, which was the year before I got the other job, for 2 summers, her and I ran a garden business where we sold flowers and then we sold vegetables, and I pretty much farmed. It was too wearing on my body. I have hip and spine issues, so it was actually extremely wearing on me. So I didn't do that for an exceptional amount of time because it was actually too much for me. But anyways, so after Bobby got injured, I was gonna have to do something because we couldn't have no money, and oh no, please stop. He ended up, or I ended up on Facebook just saying, hey, I could do some gardening or some odd jobs for you, let me know. And a ton of people contacted me. I grew up here in this town, so people that families knew me, or like elderly people of like the parents of the people I went to school with and stuff like that, their families contacted me, and I did tons of gardening, like garden bed, not like Luna. Please stop, honey. She's being very finicky. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. I know, and you see, oh, those kitties are having so much fun out there. So there's a stray mama cat outside. She's a black cat, and she has 5 kittens, 2 blacks, one that is very similar to like our orange cat. I'm guessing that my cat got pregnant with the same male cat that the stray outside got pregnant with, because my indoor cat here, Barbecue Sauce, is like a copycat of the black cat's kitten outside, where they both have like, they're almost orange and white tiger cats with like black fluffy fur. I could grab her. She's actually the closest cat to me right now. She's sitting right by my feet because her and I'm friends with all the cats. I'm a crazy cat lady. Mother of 5, crazy cat lady. So anyways, the kids give cats really funny names. So this is Barbecue Sauce. Hi, you say hello. So anyways, this cat, if you can see really close, it is like an orange and white tiger. And actually, even though its fur kind of looks black or brownish, it is like an orange tiger with like fluffy black fur coming out of the orange. And you can see it mostly in her face where the orange is. Was that scares you? Did I scare you? So anyways, my kids call this like bacon barbecue sandwich or something. I don't know. I call her Barbie because the kids give animals really funny names. Like we named Harper. Harper used to be like Gertrude or something like that because she looks like she has a very bad toupee. Here, let me show you because since I already have dirty hands. Come here, pretty. These cats linger near me. So anyways, she has like, I've had her, you can actually watch my shorts. I have videos for her like first 40 days or whatever. So anyways, this is Harper. And we call her Harper because when she sits at this side, when she sits at like a certain angle, these 2 spots look like a broken heart. So this is what we call Harper. But anyways, she has like this terrible markings. Like the poor thing has just terrible markings. She looks like she's got like a really, really bad toupee. Anyways, that's Harper. And she's a sweet pea. Her fur is like cashmere, like a bunny. It is so, so soft. And her brothers, most of my cats don't have blue eyes, but my main female cat, Baka, she is what I said, look like the Siamese. She's outside. She just bailed on me. But anyways, one of her kittens, Frankie Blue Eyes, is Harper's sibling, and he looks like a Siamese cat. He has the brightest, bluest eyes ever, and so he's a little bit darker, or no, a little bit lighter colored than his mom. His mom is a lot darker in like that tan black color. I don't even know how to explain it. Look up a Siamese cat. You'll know what I'm talking about. She's not fluffy. She's a short-furred cat. My cat sheds like the dickens, so. And Harper sheds white, fluffy, soft fur. My big cat, Biggie, who, yeah, he's named after Biggie Smalls. He's big and he's black. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's the truth. So his name is Biggie. Biggie. And he is huge. He was a monstrous kitten. We used to call him, I used to call him Dozer when he was a baby because, like, when he was just a tiny little kid, and he would, like, doze through all of the other cats. He was, like, bigger than them all. And he just, no one could nurse near him because he would just push him out of the way. And he just kept getting bigger and bigger, and he's so big, and he's so fluffy, and he was our first fluffy cat, which we thought was very interesting because all of our cats have short fur, and actually the original cats we had were two tabbies, not orange tabbies like tiger tabbies, and we pretty much, obviously they were came from a litter of multicolored cats because my tiger tabby had almost exclusively black cats. There weren't any black cats outside or anything like that. It just happened. Only Biggie exists from that clan of cats. And he's about, I would say, 6 years old. And he was actually born on my birthday. So him and I share a birthday. So that's why he's super precious to me. His mother's name was Shadow Cat. And Shadow Cat was the kitten of Aurora. And Aurora was my children's very first cat. And she went outside one day and I never saw her again. So sadly, we don't know what happened. Her and her brother, and her brother was a big tabby also. They looked exactly the same. One had like a mark on his face, and she had to almost look like she had like cheetah spots, but they were tabbies. And we called them Nova and Aurora. And Nova, we actually didn't know was a boy until about 5 months into having him. And then we were like, wait a minute here. So, yeah, sadly, it was a boy. And I did not know. The highlight of my day. So if you're just joining me, this is me chopping vegetables to put in my Thanksgiving meal for tomorrow. Some of the stuff is just getting like put into bite size, or into diced, and some I'm putting into like sticks for having a chip or veggie dip and stuff. And we celebrating tomorrow in the late afternoon, and instead of cleaning the house like I'm supposed to be doing, well, right now, instead I am doing a live video chopping vegetables in procrastination of actually doing, like floor scrubbing and picking up the boxes that are on the shelves and moving those into the back room where no one will see them because they were supposed to be moved into a house or another piece of property, and we just hadn't done that yet. And I should just get a storage unit, but then I would have to drive all the boxes somewhere and put them in it. So I've been avoiding it, but my house is all boxes, and then there's a few random items. Almost just cut myself. So I always cut like the edge. Oh, I did. Just barely. Not enough. Luckily I got waterproof Band-Aids. Anyways, I usually cut one little, because carrots are round. So I try to make sure that it's kind of flat, but I cut one little edge off, and then I usually use that as my flat edge. Well, it rolled while I was doing it. So it's not very bad. I actually hit my nail, and it's right next to where my cuticle is. So. It's already not bleeding. I just being responsible. Does Baka want back in? The dog's already barking outside the door. I'll be able to know how many times she insisted on going in and out and in and out and in and out. Come on. Baka, you coming in, baby girl? No? Okay. Band-aid on, Luna. Oh. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. She wants me to go sit down so she can sit on my lap and snuggle. So that is what my dog wants me to do with her currently. And this is why she's really being finicky. I just don't have time. I have a lot of other things to do today. And taking a rest is just not one of them. So instead she's... Outing. Yeah. I broke my my tripod for my phone, because this is what I'm using. My tripod for my phone, it exploded. And it won't, I can't use it anymore, so you're just getting leaned on stuff. Makes it easier for me to move you around. I think that I'm going to chop those ones up. They just look so skinny. So I like it to be... Luna, stop. Please stop, Luna girl. You just came in like not even 5 seconds ago. These ones were too short to be carrot sticks. They're going to be diced. We're working on my bucket. I don't have, actually, I was considering doing more celery, but I really think that's fine. So I'm going to put the carrots and the celery in the same bag, since it's just veggies. Like I said, these are for my veggie plate. And then any that we don't use, the kids can, peanut butter with celery or chop them up, and they're already partially prepped for chopping for another meal, or like maybe in a couple days I'll make like chicken noodle soup and I will finish cutting them, or turkey noodle soup, because I have like almost a 20-pound turkey. I do have to say, so I was watching the prices of turkeys because I'm a poor mom, and the cost of food is like ungodly right now. I do have to say that I had been watching the prices of turkeys, and I was concerned because like turkeys were like $1.08 a pound or whatever. And okay, so turkeys can be like, back in the day, like even like just 4 years ago or whatever, I swear turkeys were like 28 cents, 39 cents a pound or whatever at Thanksgiving, like the week before Thanksgiving, so that you could just get a dirt cheap turkey. So anyways, I was like seeing them all, and they were like $1.09, $1.09, and I was just like, holy Jesus. So me and my husband were both like checking where the best prices were, and he had said that he heard that Meyer had them for 41 cents or whatever, and I was like, oh, I gotta go get one then. And I was so scared that they were going to be out because I went shopping yesterday, the day before. So the store had probably, I don't know, it was the busiest I'd ever seen a Meyer parking lot. And Meyer is in our region. It's like a Walmart, but it existed like eons before Walmart. Like it has a full grocery department, and then it has everything else you could ever want. So pretty much it's just like an everything store. And I don't know how many people, I know people in California don't have Meijer because Meijer is a Michigan-based company. But pretty much Meijer is our Walmart. Except, and they have sales, you know, like they actually have sales unlike Walmart. And it's not quite like a Kroger because it has clothes and electronics, and it's kind of like going to like a normal size. It's just a normal store. It's just exactly like Walmart. So anyone that doesn't know what a Meijer is, that's what a Meijer is. And except it existed since, I don't know, forever longer than Walmart. We didn't have Walmarts until I was in my. There might have been one Walmart in St. John's when I was young. Come here, Becca. You know, you're really on my nerves. And so, anyways, I saw that they were 41 cents at Meijer, and so I was like, well, I'm gonna go grocery shop at Meijer then. And I considered, you know, grocery shopping at multiple places so that I could get the things that were cheaper at different places. And if you had your Meijer Rewards card or your Meijer Rewards and you used M-Perks or whatever at the end, it said that your turkey was going to be 30 cents. Luna, stop it. Stop, please. You have cried at me like 75 times. Just come here and lay down. Lay. I'm not letting you in and out and in and out and in and out because you go outside and you bark at me. Lay down. Now. Lay. Lay down. Thank you. Stay. She thinks I'm cooking food. And I prep food for her too. So she thinks I'm cooking for her. And I think that's why she wants to go outside, but then she wants to come inside and be like, is it done yet? But I'm not cooking for her currently. I'm cooking for Thanksgiving tomorrow. All right. What other things am I making? What's your favorite thing for Thanksgiving? Is anyone even here? No, nobody's even here. Anyways, I'm making turkey, dressing, and mashed potatoes, green bean casserole. I gotta make rolls today. I'm making a cheesecake and a pumpkin pie, which I'm making today. Winter is gonna be 15 tomorrow, and she wants cheesecake as her birthday cake. And then, what other things am I making? I'm doing like a meat and cheese platter and a veggie plate, and then I have like pickles and olives. Those are all like appetizer items. I'm making, of course, cranberry sauce. I don't do like the gel kind, so I do make my own. It does become jelly, like, but I do like an orange cranberry. Willa wants me to make like orange cranberry bread, so I might make orange cranberry bread if I have enough time. What else was I putting? Oh, I might do the sweet potatoes and like marshmallow thing. I don't always do that, but I might do that. All I do know is last year my food was only. I always have been raved about my Thanksgiving, and last year, things were like chaotic for me or something, and I did not make a quality Thanksgiving dinner. It was like, like I bought a different kind of dressing than I normally used. It tasted disgusting. It's extremely disappointing if your dressing is gross because like dressing's the best. If you're not a dressing fan, then you're gonna be like, it is not the best. But I don't make it like a pile of mush. So, and I do not stuff it in my turkey. I do not. I don't like the consistency it can become. I make my grandmother's pretty much exact recipe, except she put water chestnuts inside of hers for an additional little crunch. And I really like that, but my husband despises water chestnuts. So, we do not use that. But I do sage sausage. I usually buy Bob Evans sausage just because I worked for Bob Evans when I was young, so I kind of always been like partial to them. I don't know why, but I have. So I choose to buy Bob Evans sausage, and then I do carrot, celery, onions, and make like my own like mirepoix or whatever. And then I do that, and then I always make green bean casserole. Many times I've done the fried onions for my green bean casserole too, but I didn't. I bought them this year. I have to pick and choose which things are of highest priority. I think I bought a cherry pie, and I'm making a pumpkin pie and a cheesecake. There's only going to be 7 of us, and I literally am going to have 3 desserts. And Willow wanted me to make an orange bread, like orange cranberry bread. So, honestly, we're going to have way too much food, which is the plan usually, because when I'm doing something like prepping and getting things ready, my food meal plan the rest of the week usually accommodates around those things. So like maybe if the cranberry sauce isn't getting eaten, then I might be putting the cranberry sauce into cranberry like bars later in the week or something like that. All right. Carrots, celery. I still have, oh yeah, and my mushrooms. And then I have a couple of English seedless cucumbers to do also. Like I said, I'm doing all this to save myself lifetime. And I'm probably gonna I have many of times when I'm feeling like overwhelmed about what's to come tomorrow. I've also used to do my meal at like, I don't know, 2 o'clock or something, and I pushed it to 4 this year because I didn't want to stress, and I have to go get my son, and he lives about a half an hour away. I'm glad no one's here to watch me fumble this. Yay! Yay, no one was here to see me do that. And if by chance the cucumbers don't get eaten, I will put them into pickle, turn them into pickles. So that's the kind of things that I do. And I'm debating, and if I can't because I packed it. Half of my kitchen is packed, like my dishes and stuff are all packed. So I don't have my mandolin, so I can't cut perfect cucumber slices. We're just going to have to do my own perfect cucumber slices. Oh, man. I'm going to do this off the screen because I don't need you to see what I'm doing. I'm glad no one's here. I'm glad no one's here to see what I'm doing. There we go. Yay. All right. I have my peeler again. I like to just peel, like leaving like this cute little stripey pattern. And if I don't like the way the cucumber's skin looks, then it does go more away than caring about the prettiness of it. But today, everything I just bought, so everything's really fresh. All right. We are prepping my veggies for Thanksgiving dinner. I have Oh, I didn't realize I had a whole herd of cats in here at my feet. I almost tripped. I had 3 cats under my feet. I almost fell. So these are for a veggie plate. Appetizers. So just doing cutesy schmoozy little slices. That's what we're doing. I've already, anyone that just got here, there's only one person that just got here. I've done all of these carrots and celery, a whole pile of mushrooms for my cream of mushroom soup and for future meal. And then I'm cutting cucumbers, so the cut vegetables are for a veggie plate. I also have chopped veggies for my stuffing. I'm getting down to only having onions after these cucumbers, and then we're either going to be all done, or we're going to maybe cook off my mushrooms and some onions. I have to cut some onions specifically for my green bean casserole too, because I like to saute the onions and the mushrooms together, and then then turn it into a cream sauce to make that cream of mushroom soup, like canned cream mushroom soup, except I'm making it myself. And then, so I could do pieces and parts of my meals. I am before the end of the day today, so maybe I'll like post another live later if I start prepping the food cook, because those are the kind of things that the most people have been most inquisitive of from me, is cooking questions. I know that none of my videos are focused around cooking, but I am the mother of 5, and my eldest son is 26, my youngest is 13, and I have been a scratch cooker. And I don't always completely scratch cook. It reminds me of like Sandra Lee that used to be on the cooking channel, where she would like hype up like boxed items. So occasionally I do that too, but more often than less, I actually like to make my own. I 100% have cream of mushroom soup in my cupboard. I am just not using it for today. The only time I use items like that is if I'm having a very busy day and I want to make like some sort of casserole that doesn't take any effort, and then I can just pour like that cream of mushroom soup or the cream of chicken or whatever. Those are what those items are for. They're not for my daily or for my premium cooking meals. And if I have the day, because it's pretty much working about 2 days a week right now. I worked yesterday and the day before, because Bobby has, until this week's over, he has 3 days off. And he actually was only on call one of those days. So we actually had 4 days off this week. I worked 2, because it rained on one of the days that could have been a day. There's my sliced cucumbers. I ran out of quart bags, so that's why we're using fat gallon bags. All right. Onions. I don't really need near any of this many, but like I said, my daughter makes a lot of ramen bowls, and I am just gonna pre-prep. Honestly, she makes them at like in the middle of the night and stuff, sometimes for her lunch, but a lot of times it's more at like 2 a.m. and I come out in the morning, and you could tell she's been out here chopping vegetables and all that, so I kind of think like if I chopped all these vegetables, there wouldn't be chopped vegetables debris everywhere in the morning. Oops. Dropping onion pieces. I don't know where the second one went. I dropped my little onion heads. I have a trash bucket in my sink, so that's where all these things are getting tossed to. So I'm doing. All right. So for Thanksgiving, my family has always, we're video gamers, so usually we do things like play like Wii Sports, nostalgic style, or Quentin won't be here this year, so it'd be a little bit different because he's usually here too. But he's my second eldest child, but he won't be around this year. I don't. If he is, I'll be shocked because he lives in Florida, so he doesn't live near here. But anyways, if he would for sure bring his Switch. My oldest son would bring his Switch, and my husband, we have a Switch. So anyways, they will bring, and we will sometimes have straight up, what's that game? Mario, Bash Brothers. There we go. Is that what it's called? I don't know. It's the battle game where people play online with each other or whatever. My family has a fierce competition for games like these. We do not hang out with anyone else on holidays. We always just get together with like me and the kids and my husband, and we usually play massive amounts of video games and playing some fierce competitions. I hear Maxie's alarm clock going off. So our plan is usually something of those lines. We are kind of an odd crew because I grew up in a very video game forward house. When I was, when year did Nintendo come out? 1982, whatever year that was. I don't know, maybe 1983, could have been 1984. I would say probably a little bit like that. I would say probably around no. Hold on. My mom was married to my stepdad. Okay, so, because we always had an Atari, we had a Commodore 64, and we used to play, like, Choose Your Own Adventure games on a computer that you could only use, like, F functions as even the mouse, because there was no mouse. So, anyways, I grew up having every video game system always available to us. It was just part of our family. My mother still has video game systems of her own, and even my grandfather owned an original Nintendo because we used to do Dr. Mario competitions or Tetris competitions because I have a very scientifically or mathematical driven brain in the family, so patterns and all those kind of things are right up everyone's alley. So we used to have straight up Tetris and Dr. Mario competitions. Dr. Mario was fun because, I don't know, it was such a fun game. It was like, if you don't know what Dr. Mario is, it was like Tetris in Mario, but there was a Mario in the center, and he was throwing like these little colored pills out, and you had to clear the board and get rid of like these I'm guessing like viruses and stuff. So anyways, we used to have those kind of competitions. There would be like 40 of us sitting around competing in like rounds. So this is when I was a teenager. And then when the very first Nintendo was when we got it in our house. That we got it for Christmas one year, and it came with Mario Brothers or whatever it was, the original Mario. And my stepdad, who is the only non-video gaming person in our family, he did actually own a DS for many years also, playing games like, brain games or little games, and we even had Mario Kart tournaments and stuff. So anyways, we would get together and play all these games. And the year that we got the very first Nintendo, my stepdad's like, we're not buying any more games until you beat this first game. So that day, we played the game and all that jazz. And my mom, or we went to bed that night and hadn't beat the game or anything. And when we woke up the following morning on December 26th, my mother had won Mario Brothers. It was sitting on the windscreen of 8 or whatever. And my mother was in the winning screen of winning the full game within 24 hours of receiving. This is no joke. This for real was my life. And when we got up and my mom was like, I beat it! Because my mom was she's always been a person that can't sleep. What's it called? What's it called when somebody can't sleep? Insomniac. So my mother was always an insomniac and never slept. And so she stayed up all night playing Mario Brothers and beat it. And on the day after Christmas, the 26th, we went shopping and bought more games. And my mom was a Zelda head forever. She played Zelda, every version of Zelda, green onions, ever in existence. She also liked Kingdom Hearts, if you know that game. She was a huge fan of that game. And so we pretty much, every person in my family owned a DS. We used to, instead, as we got older and life kind of went to more advanced stages, we moved to DS gaming with family. So we would get together and everyone would bring their DS to the holiday and we would have Mario Kart competitions and stuff like that. So my house has always been extremely video game forward. And also my husband's. He is the only gamer in his family, unlike how my family was. His little brothers, but his little brothers are 17 years younger than him, so it's not the same. I grew up with my siblings, and I also was in a family of 5. My mother had me, my brother, my sister in her first marriage, and then my mom married my stepdad when I was 10, and I had 2 more brothers, not born from my mom and my stepdad, but my stepdad had 2 sons. And so those boys became my brothers. And I was 10, so it's been 37 years that they've been my family. So I consider them brother and not a stepbrother. And then so that's why our family here plays so many video games on holidays. So what kind of traditions do other people have? I don't even know if there's anyone here. I don't have my glasses on. It makes me not able to see anything that's happening in the world. I can see my food, and it's kind of blurry, but I can see far away if I were to look out my window. Great vision from far away. But if you want me to read what anything says, all I know is that Bubba is at work. And that I appreciate anyone watching, because today is my very first live video. I know it's forever too. I'm doing it for a long one. But my eyes are going to start watering. But you guys are helping me. We're all here prepping my veggies for Thanksgiving. Me alone, pretty much. But I'm here prepping all my veggies for Thanksgiving dinner. Because tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and I need everything to be getting closer to done. And mostly I'm supposed to be cleaning my house right now, and I don't want to. So I'm prepping all my veggies because I had to do that too. So I'm procrastinating and not doing that. And I'm just doing this stuff. Once the kids are finished up with the stuff they have to do, then we're gonna get to full-on clean mode. I'll probably have the bathroom clean by the time they get up and the kitchen clean, or by the time they're ready. But then we'll get to the living room as a family. The living room really isn't that bad. We did have a stack of boxes in the corner, so there are a few like debris items, like some Legos. I saw from when Bobby picked up everything, there was a few Legos shoved in the corner, like they had fallen out when Max was Legoing, and my eyes are watering. I'm crying. Ah! Not really, but these onions are ripe. I have cut hundreds of onions in my life, and I have many of times not had water eyes. But I am like literally. Ah! This onion is like the most oniony onion ever. Like it's about to start making my nose run. Ready? So sorry. Oh my gosh. It's so bad. I can't even see anything. Everything's just a blur now. Don't cut yourself again, you know what I mean? I need about one more onion. I think my nose is running now too. I can feel the tears just streaming down my face. But I have a ton of onions that I needed to chop, so I was expecting this fully. Oh my lord. And it was such a sad day. Oh my gosh. My nose is like a fierce onion smell. I'm not even joking. I cut onions almost every single day. This package of onions is like the ripest onions I've cut in months. It is so oniony. Oh my gosh, I'm like dying right here. Oh my god. I desperately need to wash my hands. Oh, my eyes. My eyes. I'm just washing my hands. Anyone just looked in. Not really burning eyes. No. Oh my, that was such a strong onion. Oh, it literally made my nose stream. And I need more because my ratio, I can have less celery because celery is pungent tasting, but I need another onion or so. I'm dying here, man. I'm dying here. Oh my gosh. I gotta find the biggest one because I can't even take this for another second. I needed some, oh shoot. I need to cut a couple more now. I just realized. Because I need it for my mushroom soup mix too. You know, I'll just chop extra, throw them in here because luckily they're the very top item. And I can just peel some off the top of it. But that just means I gotta, like, where's the other big one? Holy eye water, Batman. Oh my gosh, it's just like fierce, man, fierce. These onions are wicked. Sorry, I'm all sorts of voice goofiness. Holy cow. These onions are so juicy that they're like destroying me. I don't even know. Big pile of blur eyes. Alright. So, for Thanksgiving, what do other people do for Thanksgiving? We're pretty much, like I said, we're straight video gamers, so we get together and we'll play video games most of our holidays. Every holiday I get together, that is what our family does. That's what my family does in general. My husband's a gamer, I'm a gamer, my kids are gamers. My first husband was a gamer, so it's just a lot of gaming life. So we just make it part of our holiday too. So we do fun things, like I said, like having Mario. We bowl. We still like to pull out the old Wii, and not only just they use the Switch, but we like the original. We have like the original Wii. We have the Wii U. So we really like to play like the games like bowling and archery and those kind of things as a family together too, because it's fun to have that type of friendly competition and not have to leave your house to like do those kind of things. So we do things like bowl or archery or racing games or different things like that. I think I need one more onion. I'm like onion cutting machine today. No, I'm a vegetable cutting machine today. These onions are like harsh today. They're so pungent. It's like my nose is like dripping. It's so oniony or so sharp. I don't even know how to explain it. I think it's like these are fresher and that they have more juice inside of them, because I have had like when you sometimes you get onions like these and then like a month later or 2 weeks later or a week later or whatever, and you're cutting the next onions in the thing and you're like, these aren't that bad. Why am my website like freaking out over them? But these are harsh. And I did get little ones, so I think that is part of it, because they're more like candied onions. I don't know if you know what that is. I'm a farmer person, so they're just a big or a smaller size, like kind of in between a green onion and a full-size onion. I don't know. Well, my nose is like dripping. So I have this much. I really think I probably need just a little more onions, but I'm not going to, because my nose is like dripping. That onion caused my hands to burn so bad on the one spot. I must have like a little like hangnail or something, because it's not where I snipped myself. Oh, I gotta go blow my nose because it's about to drip from that onion. Oh my gosh, like that onion was wicked. It was wicked. It made me like eyes water. My nose is dripping. All right. So I got this big bucket. I gotta put the lid on it still. My green onions, a bunch of mushrooms. Like I said, I'm not using all of this mushroom. It's just that's for my daughter too. Cucumbers for my veggie plate. Celery, carrots for also a veggie plate. Of course, I'm not doing cutting potatoes or anything until tomorrow, because they will brown. So I will chop my potatoes and everything when I go to put them in the Instant Pot to make mashed potatoes. Alright, I washed my cutting board. Oh, my eyes are literally like on fire burning. Move it down. All right. I have a little pile of all my onion peels. All right. I cut all my veggies. So, I think in a little while, I really need to put away my dishes. I do not know where the little snap lid is for this. I'm guessing. I think I might have gotten from it. So. I don't want my fridge to smell like onions, like cooked, like chopped onions. Alright. So, that is my mirepoix. I'm going to steal a few onions for my cream of mushroom, for making my green bean casserole. I have onions for making a cheese ball. I should probably get my cream cheese all out of the fridge so that it can get room temperature for making cheesecake. I also need one of the cream cheeses for making a cheese ball. So I think I need to get all 3 of my cream cheeses out of my fridge. You guys are coming with me. I don't have to keep still. Oh my gosh, my eyes. Do you see this? I'm like I look like I was like bawling my eyes out. My nose is so stuffy. Cream cheese. So I'm doing cheese plates. Oh shoot, I have more things to cut. I gotta chop cheese for cheese plates. Or for my cheese platter. I hope I still have yay. There is still salami there. Because I didn't. Alright. Let's see what other things I had. I don't think I have any. I gotta re-look to make sure I got all my veggies done. And then, alright, I must have got lost for a second. So I had 2 cream cheeses for doing my cheesecake for Winter's birthday cake. This is for a cheese plate, or for a cheese ball. So you do like ham, onions, cheddar cheese, which I got like a 3 blend cheddar cheese, and cream cheese. These all have to be room temperature, so I'm gonna pull them out. I forgot I have 2 blocks of cheese to cut. I got them at Meijer. How did I get? Ooh. Alright. I gotta put all my veggies away. Oh my gosh, my eyes are still burning from those onions. So we're gonna carry everything over here and put it all away. Yeah, just riding along for the ride, And I'm not showing you my fridge because it's a wreck, because everything is a mess for Thanksgiving. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna shove my mushrooms down in here. I have oranges, I have cranberry sauce. Oh, I can make cranberry sauce too. I have to make cranberry sauce. Shove all my veggies in this rack. I had to remove my bottom drawer to fit my turkey in my fridge. Kids pick out like $12 worth of grapes and then they're still freaking sitting in the fridge. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, I look like a wreck. Here, watch me try nails. Bad habit. Alright, you gotta fit in here too. We had fast food for the last 2 days. So, yes, I'm a responsible scratch cooker. Well, we ate fast food for 2 days. I had pizza. We had pizza one day. This is normally where this is where I film my normal videos. Right here, where you can see all of my shit. Irresponsibleness. I usually flick off. This is how we normally sit. And then Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry you guys are listening to me sniffle like that. I'm glad there's no one here to listen to me sniffle like that. So, anyways, I have 2 blocks of cheese. I got a regular cheddar, and then I got Kobe Jack. So I got those to dice up. I normally would do like a fancy cheese too. That's why I'm making a cheese ball, because normally I would go buy a bunch of like fancy cheeses. But like freaking food is expensive as heck. So I instead went with like the $1.99 blocks instead of spending an arm and a leg on a different. Oh, do you need outside again? I have to go to the bathroom, so everyone just has to sit here. I'm gonna put you in light, because maybe you can see the cats while I disappear. I'm back. Do I have a crowd? It would have been funny if everyone would have showed up while I was in the other room. Oh, hello. I did a reread these. Oh, 2 people joined. Yay! Hello. So, thanks to anyone that does decide to join. I know that there's no one even here right now. So, I'm gonna fix my hair. Well, no one's here to see me have bad hair. So then maybe any future be like, wow, she doesn't look like she's a complete and utter wreck. One thing I'm excited about for tomorrow is that I bought myself like this heating warming tray, electric warming tray. So after I cook the food, where you're always like playing that fumble game of like, oh my gosh, like fumbling back and forth to get everything warm at the same exact time. I have a warming tray. It's a huge thing. It pretty much covers my whole counter, and it heats and can hold at a temperature that can keep my food safe. So I thought that was really cool. Well worth it. I ordered it on Amazon. I saw somebody else on YouTube have one, and I was like, I want one of those. I need it. I'm going to buy one, because nothing is worse than having your holiday food all prepared and everything's getting cold all the time. So I was really excited to buy that, and I'm excited to test it out for the first time tomorrow. So, all right, let's cut some cheese. Cut the cheese. All right, so like I said, I just am doing plain Kobe Jack, mild cheddar. My dog's crying. My dog's crying! Reminds me of the one that used to be the gaming foodie or whatever. She used to be like, my baby crying. No. My dog's crying. Hey, how did this piece of onion get over here? Did one of you guys bring it over here and then you got it in your mouth and you're like, bleh, bleh, bleh. You want us to? No, you can't. All of your toys are already out here. You already took everything. Stop. Stop crying. I'm not coming out with you right now. Stop. Really weird. That green onion piece I dropped was laying by the door. Was laying by the door. Where did that green onion that I dropped over here end up laying by the door? trying to decide what I want to put the cheese in or on for right now because it's going to go on a tray, but that with a spoon. One thing I don't have is I just used my last plastic baggie. The dog's already crying again. Alright. Hold on a moment while I smoke. Did I put it away? I put it away. Make sure there's no one here. No one's here. So you really didn't want to be out there? And then come in. Never your mind, puppy. You're really kind of showing yourself. Alright. There's more coffee. It's been 2 hours. My coffee's freezing. My nose is still running from that darn onion. Okay, from like the 6 onions, because it wasn't one. It was like 6. Cheese is getting... Cheese is fine. Or room temperature. Get in here. Get out of the door. I don't want to hear you whining for another minute. Hi, pretty. Winnie. Alright, gotta cut cheese. Yeah, she's glad. She's been like being a pain in my patushka. She has cried at me like, I don't know, to go in and out and in and out and in and out. Drama. That's my baby. Trump says I have an interview. Sorry. I get text messages from his, like, I don't know, his following group. And it said, you missed your appointment with Trump. Alright, we're so cutting our cheese into long half to 2 pieces, and then we just cut. The whole goal here is just to have everything so that I just have to toss it all together tomorrow. Make it nice and easy. This cheese hates. I never told you guys, our outdoor cat's name is Colby Jack because he is orange and white. That funny? I thought so. Max alarm going off. The kids were playing Minecraft yesterday. Actually, no, they weren't. They were playing like Slither.io or something last night. Alright, what am I gonna put my cheese in? I guess just a bowl. Guess we're gonna just set it in here. Welcome, welcome. We're just piling my cheese in there, cutesy schmootsy. just so that I don't have to deal with it. It's gonna go on this little tray anyways. This little like spinning easel. And I'm just planning on, because it's just gonna be like I said, only 7 of us. I'm just gonna make Hi, pretty. I'm posting it there. You're in the background, just so you know. Doing video of prepping. I just cut like 3 years of vegetables. No, like 2 hours worth of vegetables. And then his alarm has been going off for like, on and off for like 25 minutes. I'm procrastinating my work, so can I clean the bathroom later instead? Yep. We don't want to wait too long. Oh, no, I'm okay with that kind of stuff. Like, this is me procrastinating, cleaning. Also, I've actually said this like multiple times in my video. This is really just me procrastinating cleaning. So I cut all my veggies. Right now I'm cutting cheese. And I'm just getting all my stuff prepped so I don't have to. Turning my cream cheese into room temperature so I can make a cheesecake and I can make a cheese ball. But I have all my veggies cut. And then I plan on doing a fruit plate, but I'm not now. Gosh, I made my nose run so bad. The onions I just bought yesterday, they are like the most pungent onions in all of mankind. Like, they made me have like the drippiest nose. It was horrible. Cutting the cheese. Literally. Alright, kids are gone, I can talk again. For some reason, I'm literally posting on videos, but I still turn shy when my family comes in. Oh my gosh, I'm super embarrassed that I keep like sniffling like that. But the onions made my nose run so bad that I'm just like suffering right now through a runny nose. Dog's eating the cheese. I'm offering her off my backside. Luna. You think Harper is trying to get up here? She wants cheese too? Huh? What's she doing over there? Alright. So, nothing very exciting. I'm just literally just stacking the cheese in here, and I'm going to wrap it and put it in the fridge. And I don't have any actual foil, so I'm just going to use aluminum foil. And then it will be fine. Alright. My cheese. 2 blocks of cheese. We won't even use all that. Like, we're not eating all of that cheese. But then it will be sliced for other times that we need. Are you trying to get the doggy, Piper? He's not going to hold you. Alright. Well. Normally I would put these all into plastic bags, but I forgot to buy some, and I don't always have plastic bags just lying around. We don't use things like that very often. But I thought I was thinking I had some in my cupboard, and I don't. So here's my cheese, all sliced up. All right. Well, that wasn't super eventful for people. It looks like I added a few new subscribers. And I spent about 2 hours and, I don't know, 10 minutes cutting vegetables, and that was no fun for anybody. So I'm glad anyone that did watched, and thanks for watching, and I appreciate it. So have a great day. I don't even know how to quit this, so we'll just have to see when I get there. Thanks for watching.